Next up is Chris Cimino, and he runs a company that builds sales teams called Sales Pro Connect. He works for, or builds sales teams for companies like Cisco and Namaco and Quintiles. And since you're standing here, I'm just going to hand you the mic. How about that? Go.
All right, this is the part in the show where you all stand up. Everybody. Can you imagine that all these people came to see you do what you do best, to see you and your charity, your nonprofit? I thought I was going to be a rock star. You can sit down. No, really, like I can't carry a tune, I can't keep a beat. I bought this guitar thinking that I was going to be on stage and everybody was going to be standing up and cheering for me, and not so much. But I did discover that I could create raving fans because I needed to now sell this guitar and find somebody that would buy it. And I learned that I had a unique ability to help people make decisions about buying things or services. My favorite story is you walk up on these two children and they're fighting over an orange. And this is the value of a salesperson. They walk up and they see these two children fighting and find out that the little girl just wants the orange for the peel, for her pie. And the little boy, he just wants to eat the fruit. I realize that the value of the salesperson is something like being able to create value for people. And then you have at the totally other end of the spectrum, companies, corporate brands that people actually tattoo their logo on their bodies because they're such raving fans. Like somewhere in between me trying to play the guitar and tattooing a logo of my company on yourself, on your arm, or some undisclosed location. Or you wait outside to buy something that is just another electronic, that all kinds of companies make electronics. You know, what is that thing that you're already starting out better than anybody else? What is that thing that makes you so unique that's your rock star, is what I like to call it. What is it that you can find? For me, it was not the guitar. I was starting at a negative number. I was going to move it to average, maybe. When we got together for a dinner party, you weren't going to say, hey, Chris, get out that guitar. You know, as a matter of fact, you probably aren't going to buy my CD. You're not going to come to my concert. You're certainly not going to fill an entire stadium, because I was starting way down here. But, you know, maybe there's something that you or I are already a 5 or a 6 at that we can move to a 10. And what I found to be true is that people pay for a 10. People fill stadiums for a 10. What is that thing for you? Everybody put your fingers in the air. Not that finger, your thumb, please, guys. It's a family show. So, for you, your fingerprints. They have fingerprints dating back to ancient Egypt, where they legitimately have people's fingerprints. You know, all the people in the world, I think we're up to 6 billion something. We keep making babies. I have 3 kids. This is my daughter, one of them. The newest thing that I know is your eyes. There's millions of cones in your eyes, and nobody has the same. Nobody. So no matter where you think you came from, you are uniquely different. Your fingerprints and your eyes, 2 things that I know, 6 billion plus people in the world. What is it that you have that makes you, what's your rock star? You know, what is it that you find to be different than everybody else? For me, I'm still figuring it out. But one thing that I know to be true is that time, there's not really money. It's more about time. If you say, I'm going to buy a beach house in 5 years, you're really saying, I'm going to give up 5 years of my life to be in this property. Or if I'm a doctor, or anything that takes time, you know, Malcolm Gladwell, 10,000 hours. If you're the richest in the world, you are thinking about not just your life, but what happens after you die. You're going to put your name on buildings. You're going to try and leave a legacy. You know, what is it that you're going to do that maybe is impactful in this life, but also is impactful past when you die, wherever you think you're going to go? I've had an opportunity to work with people at the other end of the spectrum, to work with people that have, you know, maybe addictions or are homeless, and their time horizon. So, you know, millionaires and billionaires live completely different lives. I think we'd all agree with that. But when you're at the other end of the spectrum and you've found yourself in a situation where you're dealing with maybe like crack cocaine or an addiction, that you're just thinking about that next fix, right? And so your time horizon is, I'm going to hurt people or commit crimes or do things that I wouldn't normally do because I'm only worried about the next thing. So we're all going to die. Well, yeah, I mean, the Social Security Administration says so. There's mortality charts. You can go online and find out. And for men, it's 72. For women, it's 82. And so all I need you to do right now is take out your calculator and subtract your age. Kind of depressing. I'm a young guy, and I'm very depressed about this. But I'm optimistic, so I think you're going to live to 110. But also subtract your age from 110. If those were dollars in your pocket, you can't buy anything with that amount of money anymore. I can't even buy a pack of gum for that amount of money anymore. It's ridiculous. So what I'm asking is, what is it that you can do with your time, with those dollars? If you're going to spend them or invest them, are you going to be spending your time pitching to people or being a business card ninja or not knowing what you're doing with your day in the outfield? You have to think about, what can I do to structure my life to be in front of and be a part of the lives of people that I can make a difference with, right? So you have to find out what's unique with you, your time. And for this, for me, I just want to kind of point out something that I'll do another talk later on. But like, I'm not going to meet anybody one-on-one for the first time. I'm going to try and meet people at a group event, maybe then, meet them for coffee, maybe then commit to doing a longer-term thing and trying to figure out, how do I get and spend time with people know, like, and trust. So maybe there's things in your life that you can put filters around your time, your talents, your gifts, the days that you may have left. I mean, we're not guaranteed today. So for this, the two most important days of your life are what? The day you were born and the day you figured out why you were born. I really appreciate you letting me spend this time with you. And I would say, let's keep calm and inspire someone.